Hey guys, today we're doing this quick video for those individuals who are renting this trailer who would like a contactless pickup, or for those who just want to be on their way quicker. We'll show you how to use the trailer so that when you come and pick it up, it's just hooking it up and taking off. First thing you need to know is how to attach it to your vehicle. You need a 2-inch ball. One thing that some people may or may not know about these type of hitches is they need to be pulled back to sit flush on the ball like that. And once after you've sat it down on your ball, on your vehicle, that will flip forward. And then you put this pin in here to keep it locked, like so. That will twist around, go on there. So that will keep it locked. Once you have it on there, it's a good idea to jack this jack up and make sure that it's kind of lifting up the back of your car and that it's not going to pull off the hitch. That's a good test. As far as the chains go, you hook the chains onto your vehicle. If they're sitting too low where they're going to drag or close to dragging, take the chain and just twist it like this so that it kind of binds up the chain, and it will raise it up off the ground so you're not dragging the chains. Most people that rent this vehicle seem to use a small or mid-size SUV, which generally have a 4-pin trailer-like connection. Ideally you would have a 7. This is a 7-pin. If you have that, great. One advantage that you have with that is, even though this is a light trailer, it does have an electric brake. That will work if you use a 7-pin. With a 4-pin, the electric brake doesn't work. I honestly use that Chevy Equinox to pull it. I've never had a problem. I've never needed the electric brake. But there is an advantage to having the 7-pin. Also with a 7-pin, the battery will charge while you're driving. So if you have the ability to have a 7-pin, it's ideal. If not, we do have this connector that will connect to the 4-pin on your vehicle and to the 7-pin on the trailer. Just make sure that it's secured up so that it's not dragging on the ground when you're driving. The trailer has this propane tank. You just need to make sure that it's completely full when you bring it back. The propane tank will run the heater. It will also run the stove top on the back. You just need to open the valve here. You'll see that the gas will start to run. On the back, it usually takes a minute for the gas to get back to the stove, so just be mindful of that. You may need to light the stove with a lighter or a match. The heater will also take a minute sometimes for the gas to get back to it and for it to kick on. So one thing, if you're coming to pick up the trailer, we have this lockbox. We'll tell you where that's at so that you can get the key. Just open it, the key will be inside it. If you're not using a 7-pin trailer connection, just so you're not accidentally draining the battery, I'd recommend just keeping one of the battery terminals unhooked, and when you're going to use it, you just put it on, and then there's this nut that screws on there. When you're not using it, I just recommend taking it off so that you don't risk draining the battery. We've had the battery out for 3 days and used it just for normal use and never had a problem on it. We keep them on trickle chargers, so it's 100% charged when you come to pick up the trailer. If you're going to be at a place that has power, this is where the power cord will connect, and then it can connect to a generator. We have a connector that will go to a 120 15 amp instead of the 30 amp. I'll show you that, but this is where the power cord will connect. This is where you'll fill up the water if you're going to need water. It can take up to 21 gallons. If you're filling up the water, there is a valve. I don't know if you can see it here. On the back side of this, there's a valve right there. Whatever line it's parallel with is where the water will run. So when it's parallel with the blue line, then your water is going to drain out of the tank. So if you see water coming out of there, just push it so that it's parallel with the white line, and then the water will fill into your tank. I would recommend when you're driving back home to just drain the water so that you don't have as much weight in the trailer. Back here, a lot of this stuff's fairly self-explanatory, but you have your cooktop here. Again, the gas can take a minute to get back to this. These lighters Usually work, but I would just recommend having a match or something just in case. For the water, you'll need the battery to be connected. This switch right here is the pump, so when the battery's on, you'll flip that on and the pump will start working. This is the hose, and it just slides down into there like that, and you turn it. Then you'll use this sprayer to spray off dishes or whatever. Unconnects, pulls out. We do keep some dishes underneath here that you're welcome to use. There's some pans and a pot, spatula, wire whisk, I believe, in there. This is a fridge. I wouldn't say it's ideal, honestly. It will keep your stuff cool, but it's not like a fridge in your house, and it only works if you're connected to power. So, something to keep in mind. I think for most people, it's not super realistic to use the fridge. A cooler would actually be better. When you're driving, I would make sure that these handles are turned correctly. I just turn it and kind of pull on it. Then the keys, the key with the round end on it, that will lock the back handles like that. Inside it, you have that fan up there actually pushes quite a bit of air. You'll be surprised. When you're sleeping at night, even if it's cool outside, I'd recommend cracking this vent. And you just do that by opening this. So even if you're not going to have the fan on, I would keep that roof vent just cracked so that moisture and hot air can escape out of here, and you'll stay really comfortable. The cab's not super huge, so body heat keeps it quite warm and comfortable in here. If it's warm, this fan right here will turn on. You know, you have low, medium, high, and that fan will actually move quite a bit of air. In regards to the heater, I'll show you really quick. It's located back behind this panel that has the air conditioner. The air conditioner, you will need to be connected to power for it to work. It will not run off the battery. And if you're connected to power, before I get to the heater, I'll show you underneath the bed. There's this. And right there is the power cord. And that green connector is what will allow you to connect it to a generator or a 15 amp power source instead of a 30. This key right here is underneath there, and it goes to level out the back. This will go on here. I've never used it, but if you find that you want to drop these jacks to level out the back or sturdy it, you just use this to do that. So I'll show you the heater where that's located really quick. On the back side of this cabinet where the air conditioner is located is the heater. On top of it is a switch, and you'll push it, you'll pull it, let's see what way. So you're pushing it that way, I believe, to turn it on, and then this lever right down here controls how hot it is. So you pull it over or push it over to control how much heat you get. It does take a second once you flip that on for the furnace to kick on and start warming up. Back here, that's where the air will blow out of. There is a radio on here. One thing to keep in mind is when the battery's connected, it is on. And then that is a carbon monoxide detector. So that's pretty much a rundown. The lights are all pretty explanatory. You have a couple lights in the cab. You just press the button on them and they'll turn on. So if you have any questions, feel free to text us or email us and we'll answer them for you. But that's the gist of the trailer and how you'd use it.